Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Linux lovers and everyone around the world. My name is Walid Hassan and here is my next video in Linux Capsule's channel. We are still with the first capsule, access a Linux server, commands and some more commands. Section 3, the desktop. Let me close the terminal. Let's talk now about this desktop, which in my personal opinion would never be used in normal enterprise setups. But who knows? I hope you remember what I told you during lab setup videos. I prefer minimal setup for security reasons, which does not include this lovely GUI. The desktop environment. Let's talk about this graphical user interface. Default desktop in Red Hat 7 is provided by GNOME 3, which is provided by the X Windows system. The GNOME shell provides the core user interface functions for the GNOME desktop environment. There are different themes for desktop. Default one for Red Hat 7 users called GNOME Classic. The other available one is the modern GNOME 3 theme. Let me log off to show you those two themes. This is the login screen. Click on the username. Before typing the password, you will notice this gear. Click on it. You will notice GNOME, which is the modern one, and by default selected one is GNOME Classic. Those where you can select between one of those options. Let's log in now with the password. If you remember in the OS installation video, the first time a new user logs in, an initial setup program runs to help them configure basic account settings. The GNOME Help application is then started on the Getting Started with GNOME screen. This screen includes videos and documentation to help orient new users to the GNOME 3 environment. GNOME Help can be quickly started by pressing F1 in GNOME Shell or selecting Application Documentation Help or by running yelp command. Let's try pressing F1. As you can see, it opened GNOME Help. If you scroll down to the end, by the way, there are some useful help options. You can review them, of course, like common tasks, more file related tasks, etc. But let me navigate to the end, and as you can see, GNOME Help, a guide for GNOME 3 desktop users. If you click on it, you can see GNOME Help and Getting Started with GNOME. Click on it and we are at the page which appeared during the setup, if you remember. This is the first way to access the help. The second way is Applications, Documentation, then Help. The same, open the Help, GNOME Help. The third one is Open Terminal, type yelp command, then press enter. It will open GNOME Help. Let's close it, close the terminal, confirm closure, and we now know how to access GNOME Help. Let's talk about the parts of the GNOME shell, this desktop. First of all, desktop bar. The bar that runs along on the top of the screen, this is the top bar. In that bar, you can see applications. If you click on it, this allows you to start some applications. You can navigate through them, and you will notice under System Tools, if you scroll down, you will see this lovely terminal. Next one, Places, which allows you to access your home directory, documents, downloads, and shares on the network. If you click, for example, on Home, it will open you the home directory, and you can see this star file from the previous video, numbers.python script, and so on. On the right side, there is the calendar access, the networking. You can click on that username to log out or configure account settings. This can be also accessed through the settings. You can do lock to your screen or power off or restart your server. There is a predefined automatically countdown to 60 seconds that will power off the system. Let's cancel it. This is for the top bar.